Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. And welcome to another edition. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are on LeBron James Fans Say Weird Things, part 51. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 51. Part 51. The 51st episode. The 51st edition. Right? Whatever you want to call it, guys. Shout out to all you guys. LeBron James Fans Say Weird Things, part 51, man. You guys know the deal on this channel, man. You guys know what it's about when we do this segment. Remember, we're laughing at them. We're not laughing with them. And the LeBron James fan base is the most cringe fan base I've ever come across. And they say some of the weirdest stuff that we've ever seen or heard, ever. And they continue to come to my comment section. They continue to say weird stuff. Hundreds and hundreds of comments. I mean, multiple comments on a single video. But they never say anything. They can never dispute my videos or dispute what I'm saying in the videos. They like to call me a hater. They like to say that I'm just yelling and I'm not saying anything. But they won't tell you where I lied. They can't dispute anything that I'm saying in these videos because I give you guys the honest facts. I don't have to lie about LeBron James and make him look bad. I don't have to lie about Michael Jordan to make him look better. That's the complete opposite of what the LeBron James fans do. They must lie about LeBron James. They must tear down other players to lift up LeBron James. That's all they got because they don't have the facts. They don't have context. They don't have perspective. So once again, guys, it's the 51st edition. LeBron James Fans Say Weird Things. And I want to thank you guys. Everyone across the world, everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. You guys know I'm truly, truly humbled, man. It really means a lot, guys. Like I said, shout out to everybody in the membership, everyone that comes through the live streams. Like I said, you guys are true supporters, man. You guys are always there. Thank you. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, welcome back to another edition. And like I said, it's for educational purposes. We are here to educate the LeBron James fans. That's why I'm here. That's why you guys are here. You guys educate them in the comment section, and you guys are here to listen to the facts. And like I said, they get a good laugh. And I thought, you know what, it's Monday morning, right? I just got to work, and I was like, you know, why don't I hit the people off with a LeBron James Fans Say Weird Things? Let's start the week off right, get you guys going, you know, rolling into the week. So I thought I would do a Monday morning edition. And like I told you guys, it was a great weekend for me and my family. Like I said, man, right now I'm in the middle of the sports. My son's playing, my daughter are both playing soccer. My daughter's on the high school JV team as a freshman. So I'm so proud of her, man. Like I said, she's playing soccer on the field that I used to play football on because she goes to the high school I used to go to now. It's just amazing, like I said, the privilege and the blessing it is to watch your children grow up and like I said, to watch them enjoy the sports. It's not about my kids being good or not being good. It's about them enjoying going out there and competing and playing. And I told you guys, my son's playing soccer and flag football right now. So Saturdays he plays soccer. Sundays he plays flag football. I'm the coach of the flag football team. This is my second year doing flag football. And I mean, the kid is he's really fast, man. Like I said, I don't like to brag about my kid, but I like to share my stories with you guys because you guys are like my family on here. You guys, you're like my crew on here. Now, I feel comfortable talking to you guys and sharing this stuff with you guys because you guys share a lot of personal stuff with me in the comments, the emails. So, like I said, I don't consider this bragging about my son. I'm talking to my friends out here. I'm talking to my crew. You know what I'm saying? I'm sharing, you know what I'm saying, the feeling that I have, you know, and I know a lot of you guys feel the same way. Maybe you coach your kids or, you know, you watch your kids go play sports. And like I said, it's really a fun time, man. So a great weekend. So let's start the week off right by doing LeBron James Fans Say Weird Things, guys. And you guys know the deal, man. These guys are some weird stuff out here. The same things over and over again. And we're going to continue to educate these fools, guys. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road here, man. These people, man, kill me. So start it off. Here we go. Jordan never beat 73-9 team. Never beat 73-9 team. Curry, Clay, and Draymond are better than Stockton and Malone. LeBron beat a team that has Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker in 2013. That's better than a fat Charles Barkley. LeBron has lost more in the finals because he faced harder competition in the finals. So here's a classic LeBron James fan comment. Let's tear down. You see, in the intro, I told you guys, they have to tear down Michael Jordan's era, the competition of Michael Jordan, not with facts, not with any kind of context, with just some weird emotions. Fat Charles Barkley. So in 1993, Charles Barkley was fat. Charles Barkley in 1993 was sensational. Sensational. Like I said, you could argue he was the best player in the NBA in 1993. He was the MVP, was he not? But that's fat Charles Barkley. He just got an MVP because the 90s are trash. And Charles Barkley was fat. You see what they do? They just tear down these guys with just emotions, man. There's no facts there. Charles Barkley, fat Charles Barkley in 93. If you want to say Charles Barkley in 98 or 99 was maybe fat or something like that, yeah, then maybe you could say that Charles Barkley at that point in time, it had started to decline heavily. But 93 Charles Barkley, I mean, the dude was sensational. And even if you want to call Charles Barkley fat, you want to be weird about it, go watch Charles Barkley in the NBA Finals in 1993. That man did not play like LeBron James in 2011, did he? Nah, not at all. They brought up Steph Curry in the 2016 Finals. Did Steph Curry play like Charles Barkley in 2016 Finals? He sure as hell didn't. He played a down a level in 2016, did he not, Steph Curry? There's no knock on Steph Curry. That's the facts. He got outplayed, out-hustled by Kyrie Irving. We know Steph Curry had a knee thing going on. No excuses here. Right? Charles Barkley played way better than Steph Curry did in 2016. So who did LeBron James really beat in 2016? Who did he beat? He beat Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. Once again, he beat names on paper. Names on paper. This all LeBron James fans got. They love to just throw names out there, and then they'll talk about the names that Jordan played against are nobodies. So LeBron James' names are great. Michael Jordan's names are not good. He brought up Stockton and Malone. Stockton and Malone played together for like 20 seasons, man. You talk about having durability, having grit, having heart, and once again, playing in a competitive Western Conference all those years, and they still made the two NBA Finals back-to-back years, and they made the Western Conference Finals, I want to say, at least 3 or 4 times in the 90s alone. But they're talking about a 7-3-3 and 19. Once again, they put out a record as that's proof that they were so great. They were a great regular season team. I told you, the Warriors in 2016 were gunning and aiming for that record, the win record. They were actually playing for that record. The Bulls in 96 were playing for the championship, not for just a record, a win record. So the Golden State Warriors, they never had their eye on the prize. Right? Once again, goes to the leadership there. He brings up Tim Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker here in 2013. I want to ask this person, what were the ages of Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker in 2013? Because I keep hearing that Michael Jordan didn't win or didn't beat teams until they got old. The Pistons, he didn't beat them until they got old. What's the ages of Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker in 2013? And then you compare that to the ages of Rodman, Dumars, and Thomas in 1991. And you tell me who was old. Who was older? Once again, they love to use the age narrative when it fits for them, but they don't want to hear that same stuff, and they don't want to use that when it doesn't fit their narrative. See, guys, it's really weird stuff here. The Michael Jordan fans, we don't have to bring up age and all this nonsense. We don't have to make excuses. There are no excuses. Oh, Magic Johnson was old when the Bulls beat the Lakers. The Lakers weren't the Showtime Lakers. Why? Because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wasn't there? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar retired after the 1989 season. In 1990, the Lakers won 60 games without him. The first season without him, they won 60-plus games, guys. So there's no knock on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but stop with this they weren't the Showtime Lakers or Magic Johnson was HIV or old. The man was coming off of back-to-back MVPs, and he was so sick with HIV that he was the runner-up in 91. The man almost won 3 MVPs in a row. Right? If that was LeBron James, they would have said, oh, he should have won 3 MVPs in a row. He should have won this. He could have did this. What if that? Right? But when it's not LeBron James, oh, Magic Johnson old. Magic Johnson old. Magic Johnson old. Don't make no sense, right? They beat the Detroit Pistons when they're old. Dennis Rodman just happened to be back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year award winner that season. That was his second in a row consecutive Defensive Player of the Year award in 91, but he's old, right? Joe Dumars was, 28, 27 years old, but he's old. It's so funny to me how Michael Jordan was older than Joe Dumars in 91, but the Pistons were old when they beat them. How old were the Bulls when they faced the Orlando Magic in the Eastern Conference Finals in 1996? They were the same age as the Pistons, guys. He's out there talking nonsense. He lost more in the finals because he faced harder competition. Classic excuse. You're excusing the losses by saying he played harder teams. But you guys have no energy for the teams he faced trying to get to the finals. Them weak-ass teams in the East, you guys have no energy for that, though, right? And that's the point that we make that you guys expose every time when you mention this stuff. The only reason why LeBron James in the finals and his teams were outmatched a lot of times in the finals because, number one, LeBron James underperformed. Call it what it is. The men did not raise level of play. That's why your team faltered in 2007, 2011, 2015. The man did not play great. He did not. Once again. And also, when we think about the finals, your team wasn't tested going to the finals. You were never battle tested like Michael Jordan's Bulls were. LeBron James never faced teams like the 93 Knicks. Never faced a team in the East like the 97 Orlando Magic. 97 Orlando Magic or the 98 Pacers. The 92 Cleveland Cavaliers. Never faced teams like this. The 91 Pistons. They never faced no teams like this in the Eastern Conference. Not even close, guys. Not even close. But they want to keep talking about the Golden State Warriors and the Spurs. You ever notice they always mention the same two teams? The Spurs and the Warriors, and those are the only teams that he played. And I'm pretty sure in 2013, Ray Allen hit one of the biggest shots in NBA Finals history. But you won't mention that. You'll just say LeBron James beat them by himself. But Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen ain't never hit no game winner in the NBA Finals like that. But once again, they don't give no credit to Michael Jordan, to LeBron James' teammates. Let's go to the next one here. I know that was a long one, guys. Sorry. Why y'all always calling this guy the GOAT, Michael Jordan? Is it because he went undefeated in the finals? The 6-0 achievement is the most overrated accolade in all of sports. He played against weak teams. Okay, so similar comment here. Same stuff. Weird stuff here. Played against weak teams and weak players. And that makes him the greatest ? Put anyone from the current era in the 90s, they'll for sure go 12-0 in that plumber period of basketball with a bunch of crying, laughing emojis after that. Now, I told you guys, LeBron James fans love to put those crying, laughing emojis. And I told you, it's weird to me because they use it as if they said something so profound. They said something so funny, so witty, so clever, so, accurate as far as educational purpose and, factual information. They act as if they did something like that, and then they follow with a bunch of crying, laughing emojis. Like, ha, 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 I got you. Look at what I said. I'm so smart and clever. I came and you got nothing to say back. What are you going to say back to this? That's what they really believe that they're doing in these comments. It's laughable. You're laughing at your own comment like a weirdo. Laughing at your own jokes when it's not even funny, number one. And this sounds ridiculous. Once again, you have to tear down the competition to excuse LeBron James' losses. And then he says this. Why y'all always calling this guy the GOAT? Y'all? What do you mean y'all? You mean why does most everyone call Michael Jordan the greatest of all time? It's not y'all. It ain't a couple of people. It ain't just some people here and there. It ain't a small faction of people, a small group, a minority of people that think Michael Jordan's greatest of all time. It's most people. Most. And that's what LeBron James fans can't stand. Because most people don't think LeBron James is the greatest of all time. Most people don't think he's close to Michael Jordan. I told you, regardless of where you think Michael Jordan is all time, LeBron James ain't close to that dude. He ain't close to Michael Jordan. So he could talk about why y'all. No, most people do, fool. You guys are the minority here. You guys are the weird fan base. You guys are the cringe fan base. You guys are the people that we look at and be like, y'all on an island by yourselves. Weird stuff that you guys say. Look at this. The most overrated accolade in all of sports, 6-0. Once again, when did 6-0 become an accolade? 6-0 was the record of his team in the finals. I don't understand what these guys are doing here. They're trying to turn this into an accolade. It's the most overrated accolade. How is it an overrated accolade? It's not an accolade. It's not overrated. We talked about this. It's the facts. It's his record in the finals. He led his team to a 6-0 record in the finals. People, you can say whatever you want. You're just making up weird stuff. You're not giving any facts when you say he played against weak teams and weak players. Like, the other guy named Stockton and Malone, when they're two of the greatest players of all time. You can say whatever you want. The fact that you're trying to knock them as not being a great duo or not being as great as Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, it's laughable. Klay Thompson can't shine the shoes of John Stockton. All right, once again, Karl Malone would destroy Draymond Green. If Draymond Green was trying to guard Karl Malone in the post, it would be a very, very, very long night for Draymond Green. He would be fouled out or he would have been elbowed in the face and been done. He's not big enough and strong enough to stop Karl Malone. He's not good enough to stop Karl Malone. All right, so let's just stop this alone, all right? And John Stockton would make Steph Curry work for it, man. All right? If Matthew Dellavedova could make Curry work with that physical style of defense, you think John Stockton's going to do? Come on, man. So once again, these guys are weird when they talk about his competition. Those like play against weak teams, weak players, but you didn't name anybody. You ain't name no weak teams. You guys just say stuff, but you ain't factual. And then what really doesn't make any sense to me in this comment, he says this. Put anyone, guys. So when you put anyone from the current era, anyone, guys, Paul George, James Harden, Joel Embiid, even anybody says, from the current era in the 90s, they'll for sure go 12-0 in that plumber period of basketball. So I had to ask this person this. How the hell could you go 12-0 in the 90s? It's 10 years in an era, right? It's 10 seasons? How do you go 12-0 in the 90s? It's like LeBron James saying, I'm going to win 6, 7, 8, 9 championships, but you play 4 seasons there. It doesn't add up. How are you going to win 6, 7, 8 championships when you're there 4 years? How are you going to go 12-0 in the 90s? It's not that many years in the 90s. Do you people understand math? Do you not get it? Like, where'd you come with 12-0? It doesn't make any sense, man. Any player. So when they talk about us being haters, this guy just said you can put any player. He didn't say you put any of the top 5 players of this era in there. He said any player. I put Trae Young in the 90s. He go 12-0, Trae Young. I put Tyrese Halliburton in the 90s. Go 12-0, Tyrese Halliburton. Jalen Brunson. Karl Anthony Towns. He'll lead a team to 12-0 in the finals in the 90s. Really? Any player. And Ben Simmons will lead a team to a 12-0 record in the finals. Ben Simmons. We talk about hate. These are hate statements, guys. There's no evidence for this. There's no facts to support some comment like this. Any player from this era, the TikTok era, the podcast era, he's telling us Michael Jordan playing the plumber era. I'm still waiting for these guys to show me the plumber that had a plumbing business that played basketball on the side. I'm waiting for them to present this guy to me. Where's his ID? Who is he? But I can bring up multiple players that have a podcast that play basketball on the side. Paul George is a podcast that plays basketball on the side. Draymond Green's a podcast that plays basketball on the side. Are they not? They sure as hell are, guys. So once again, I don't know what these fools are talking about. LeBron James out here playing against dress wearers, right? Purse carriers. These guys they paint their nails now. LeBron James' opponents, his competition, they paint nails. This is what we're doing now. Guys wear thong sandals everywhere. What's the other thing? Crocs. Bunch of weirdos. Podcast. They're TikTokers. They do dances. They go to the Met Gala and wear weird outfits, man. They wear lip gloss. I mean, look at these guys, man. It's really weird stuff. These guys get Botox injections in their lips. These are men. They're supposed to be men doing this. Weirdos. Soft, feminine goofs, I tell you, man. That's who LeBron James playing against, man. And we have the video footage to back that up. Like I said, you show me the plumber. Show me the guy that was a plumber, had a plumbing business and played basketball on the side. You show me a guy that had to come out and be like, yeah, I'm going to take a break from my plumbing business to focus on basketball. Paul George literally came out and said, I got to take a break from the podcast and focus on my NBA career that I'm getting paid millions of dollars to play. What a clown, man. This is LeBron James competition. These guys are a joke. Absolute joke. You have another one here that says this. Goodness gracious, guys. I mean, it's this one says, Mike didn't win anything until Phil Jackson became head coach. And that came on the post that I put out there when I put a post of Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson. And I said, thank you for allowing me to be great. That was the caption I put there. And it was basically, in the picture of Phil Jackson, like patting Michael Jordan on the back, almost like as he's coming off the court. In the caption, I said, thank you for allowing me to be great. I don't understand what people are not getting about this quote, about this post. This guy goes that Mike didn't win anything until Phil Jackson became coach. What does that have to do with the post? There's nothing to do with the post. You guys just love to say that like you're saying something. You're not saying anything. Once again, Michael Jordan didn't win anything before Phil Jackson. So Michael Jordan didn't lead the Bulls to the Eastern Conference Finals before Phil Jackson. They were in the Eastern Conference Finals before Phil Jackson. Think they were, you fool. Pretty sure that they were. It's the same thing for the Lakers, right? The Lakers were in the Western Conference Finals in 1998, right? And then Phil Jackson comes in 2000. Like they was some crap team or something. He ain't built no team up from the bottom. We talked about this. But these guys act like he built the Bulls up and he carried and lifted up Michael Jordan from mediocrity. The Bulls were ascending when Phil Jackson got there. Phil Jackson never built a team up from the bottom. Never built a team up from not a playoff team to a title championship team. Never did. He came into the Lakers, they were already contenders. Came to the Bulls, they were already contenders. You already had great players there. Where was Phil Jackson on the Knicks, you clown? Where was he? Nowhere. They didn't even win 40 games with Phil Jackson there. Come on, man, stop it. You guys are a clown show, man. Bringing up Phil Jackson. Mike didn't win anything until Phil Jackson became the head coach. No, Michael Jordan actually won a national championship in college, hitting the game-winning shot, won a gold medal in '84 playing against grown-ups when he was an amateur, won a scoring title, multiple scoring titles before Phil Jackson. Did he not? He was Defensive Player of the Year award winner, an MVP award winner, but he won nothing before Phil Jackson. Sounds to me that Phil Jackson came onto a team with one of the greatest players in the NBA. That's what he came to. That's who Michael Jordan was before Phil Jackson. Remember, Bobby Knight said he's the greatest player I've ever seen in my life. Before Phil Jackson was even a thought. Before it was even a thought in Michael Jordan's life. Michael Jordan was doing just fine without Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson is a great head coach. And he helped Michael Jordan become greater. But remember, it was Michael Jordan that allowed Phil Jackson to even be there, to be great. Same thing with Scottie Pippen. Right? Scottie Pippen is who he is because he played with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is now who he is because he played with Scottie Pippen. But Scottie Pippen helped Michael Jordan become greater. He was going to be great regardless. Phil Jackson is nothing without Michael Jordan. He's not getting that Lakers job without Michael Jordan, his success on the Chicago Bulls. If Michael Jordan loses in 1990 and he's like, yo, man, can't win with Phil Jackson. We were in the Eastern Conference Finals without him, and we did the same thing. I don't want to play in this system. I don't want to do this. Where's Phil Jackson then? Right? He could have been disgruntled. He could have been like a James Harden. He could have been like a LeBron James. He could have been one of these weirdos that don't want to play for coaches, that gets disgruntled, that don't show up, that don't want to work hard. Right? Thinks he knows everything. Wasn't like that, though, Michael Jordan. He was coachable. He wasn't a diva. Wasn't a narcissist. He wouldn't have all the arrogance. He knew what he wanted to do. He wanted to win. So he sacrificed whatever it took to win. Let's go to the next one. This one's hilarious to me because this one, once again, this is typical LeBron James fan stuff. They don't care to look into context or even look into the facts. It takes 2 seconds for these people to look into the facts. But they won't do it. Really funny to me, guys. So, this one says this. Michael Jordan is 3-11 in All-Star games with 3 crying, laughing emojis. 3 crying, laughing emojis. And now that comment came on a post, once again a post, and there was a picture of Michael Jordan and Patrick Ewing. And it said, when the All-Star game mattered. And you saw Michael Jordan and Patrick Ewing sharing a laugh on the court, right? Smiling on the court in the All-Star game. I want to say it was the 93 All-Star game, maybe it was, I posted that picture. And this person writes, Jordan is 3-11 in the All-Star games with once again, a bunch of crying, laughing emojis because they said something witty and funny and clever. I got sports and fitness rights. I got them. Michael Jordan was 3-11 in the All-Star games. You guys understand that's not accurate? That's not even right. It's not even true. 3-11 in the All-Star game. You know, guys, it's really funny to me because, like I said, people just don't care to look into the facts. That's how lazy LeBron James' fan base is. It takes 2 seconds for you to look into this and see what Michael Jordan's actual record is in the All-Star games. But besides, who gives a damn what his record is in the All-Star games? You know what's funny? They want to highlight his record in the All-Star games, but you guys don't want to talk about 6-0 in the finals, the record that actually matters and means something. But you want to try to tear his 6-0 record down the finals because that don't mean nothing. He's playing against trash competition. But then you clown and highlight his quote-unquote record in the All-Star games. Can anyone tell me any player's All-Star game record? What's Magic Johnson's record in the All-Star game? What's Larry Bird's? What's Will Chamberlain's or Bill Russell's? Does anyone know what Rick Barry's record in the All-Star game or Elgin Baylor's? Jerry West, Oscar Robertson. How many All-Star game wins and losses does he have in his resume? How about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? How many times did he lose in the All-Star game or win? Does anyone know this stuff? Kobe Bryant's All-Star game record? I don't even know any of this stuff, guys. Who the hell cares? Karl Malone's or John Stockton's? Charles Barkley's or Clyde Drexler's? Reggie Miller's? Jason Kidd's? Anthony Hardaway's? Allen Iverson's? Do you know any of these guys' All-Star game record? Dirk Nowitzki? It's the same thing I tell you guys. Do you know the GMs of any of these other championship teams? They always love to talk about Jerry Krause. He's the only thing about how great Michael Jordan is. He's so great, they hate him so much. The standard for him is once again held a higher standard than anyone else. They love to bring up his general manager. But you could not name a general manager of the Showtime Lakers, of the 80s Celtics, of the 60s Celtics, the 70s Knicks. Can you tell me the GM of the Pistons in the 80s? No one knows any other GMs, but they know the GM of the Bulls. That's how great Michael Jordan is, guys. So great, they talk about the GM. Insane. But they're over here talking about Michael Jordan 311 in their All-Star games. I don't know Michael Jordan's All-Star record off the top of my head. I tell you guys right now, he won more than 3 games. I know that for a fact. For a fact. Because I want to say, when Michael Jordan came back, 96, 97, 90, I want to say they won all 3 of those. So I want to say that those are 3 wins just right there off the jump. Now, are they including the Wizards, the 2 years that he was on the Wizards All-Star games, losses? Once again, I don't know what we're doing here with these 3-11 in the All-Star games with a bunch of crying laughing emojis. Like that means something. Like, oh yeah, Michael. Once again, all we're highlighting and what you're doing here is basically backing up my post. Because the point of my post, which you completely, I guess, don't seem to get, the point of the post I was making is when the All-Star game mattered. So I don't care if Michael was 0-14 in the All-Star games, because the All-Star game was competitive when he played. It wasn't a joke. These guys actually gave effort. I was actually just watching the 1996 All-Star game last night. 1996 last night. And my God, it's night and day to what we see now. Those guys were fouling each other. Those guys were playing defense to a degree. They were hustling. They were having a good time. They were putting on a show for the fans. That's what they were doing. They weren't lollygagging. They weren't going through the motions. They didn't seem like they were upset to be there. They were happy to be there. They were honored to be there. And you could tell by the way that they played the game and the excitement in the crowd, the excitement in the players. It mattered back then. So I don't care what Michael Jordan's record is. Michael Jordan put in a show. But I'm here to tell you right now, he had more than 3 wins. I want to say he had 6 wins in the All-Star game. I want to say he was part of 6 wins in the All-Star game. But regardless, who cares? But they had to leave a comment so bad, they just wanted to leave a comment. They don't even care to be accurate. They don't even care to look into this stuff. I'm just going to lie about Michael Jordan in the comment section. 3-11 in the All-Star games. Ha ha, with a bunch of crying laughing emojis. You're laughing at what? The fact that you lied? Weird fan base, guys. So I think right there will hold up. I mean, I think this video's going pretty long. And once again, a lot of weird stuff said here. Doesn't add up. I mean, just more blatant lying and rewriting of history. More woulda, coulda, shouldas. Oh, Michael Jordan didn't face no competition. It's the same nonsense over and over. They say the same Nick Wright talking points. Shannon Sharp talking points. Kendrick Perkins type stuff. Which once again exposes you as not knowing anything about the history of the game. No perspective here. Very emotional. I got people being really weird out here, man. I got some of these LeBron James fans emailing me. I had a guy email me and threatening me and my family in an email. Threatening my life. I mean, what are we doing here, man? I don't get it, guys. Insane. Insane. Ah, gosh, man. He's a LeBron James fan. You guys are weird, man. But shout out to all the people that continue to support my channel. Like I said, shout out to everybody in the membership, man. Thank you very much to all you guys, the true fans. Like I said, man, real recognize real. You guys are always coming through the live streams. Like I said, donating to the channel. You know, I always try to interact with you guys. I try to give back, and I try to do your video requests when I can. It's hard sometimes, man, because there's a lot of things to talk about. But not a lot of time to talk about them. You know, we all got lives to live in and things going on. So once again, I really appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a great Monday, man. Hope this starts off your week on a good foot. And you guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.